Hey everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. I'm your girl Monica, along with my fabulous co-host, married to medicine star and tax expert Buffie Purselle.
Hey.
YouTube extraordinaire and the man with the master plan that gets the party started every time, Mr. DJ Richie Sky.
What's up, y'all?
Yay! Author and dating expert Monique Kelly. Hey, Monique.
How you doing?
How you doing? You got that? I like that backdrop, child. The book.
Yes.
Business. TikTok sensation and publicist Amir. Yes. Hey, Amir. I like that man bun going on.
Oh, thank you. And I just finished Monique's book. So good. I just finished and it's amazing. I loved it.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get my copy. All right. So today we are recapping the Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 6. Kenya Moore's jealousy rears its ugly head. And Cynthia's super spreader wedding is causing family drama. Let's get into
Stay
it.
home.
A website called All About the Tea.
She told All About the Tea that during the fight,
All right. First and foremost, before we even get started, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the channel, bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. And while you're at it, just hit that like button. Those likes help us out so much. All right, let's get into it. So episode 6 kicks off with Mike and Cynthia planning their super spreader wedding. Child. And they have a problem. 250 guests have RSVP. Now, Cynthia, girl, come on now. If you weren't expecting everyone to RSVP, why did you invite them?
Exactly.
Monica,
People are bored. People are bored.
I mean,
Right? You just gotta shake your head, Monique. It's like, girl, what are you talking about?
what in the hell? I can't. This is why I love you. Go ahead and talk to me, Monica.
Okay. Mike's like, whatever, girl. And then they get into this. He wants to invite Dennis McKinley. He don't care how many people come as long as his boy Dennis can be there. Then they get into this conversation. You know, Cynthia starts telling him that she wants to invite her dad to the wedding, but because of prior domestic abuse within the marriage to her mother, there's a problem. Her mother doesn't want the dad there. Cynthia, you know, Mike agrees with Cynthia. He says, well, you know, it's your wedding. It's our wedding. If you want him there, he should be there. Let's dive into this. Buffy, your thoughts?
How old is Cynthia?
Grown, beyond grown. We just need to put grown. When you reach over 50, it's just grown.
I eloped because I just didn't want 500 people and there was no COVID and all that damn drama plus the interracial thing. I mean, I did elope to Paris, but darling, but it was just the two of us. So I don't understand the need to have 3 million people at a wedding during COVID, super spreader event, as Monica calls it. And it's true. I just don't get it. All the drama. I don't. And if there's domestic abuse in your parents' marriage, and we ain't seen your daddy in the 20 years you've been on the show, why he need to come now? That's all.
Girl, but you're my girl for a reason. Exactly. Off. What do you think of Cynthia wanting the dad there, even though he used to knock mama upside her head? Like,
I would never put my mother through that. Never.
No.
Never. Mm-mm. I don't care if he reformed, went to the church house. Hey, nope, Dad, mom's gonna be there. You'd make her uncomfortable. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Richie, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I'm just gonna be very analytical about this.
Okay.
She invited him to the first one and he walked her down the aisle. So I don't know what has happened in between this wedding and the last that makes it such a really bad thing this time, given that the mom and the dad were both there before. Now, what he did to this woman is horrible. But at the end of the day, I think, Cynthia, you're grown, so you have to make a decision. And you don't need anybody else to tell you whether or not the decision is right for you. However, if my daddy had been beaten on my mama,
You ain't coming.
my daddy would not be invited to nothing of mine that my mama was coming to. But that's just how I am.
You just have common sense. Monique Kelly, our dating expert, relationship expert. What are your thoughts on this?
So I have a few thoughts. Okay, my first wedding, because you know I was married before, was huge. Okay. Huge. Celebrity planner, huge. Yeah. When I get married again, trust and believe, I'm not going to do all that because it's unnecessary. This is her second wedding. This is his, I think, third or fourth wedding. And she's being a petulant child, number one. Number two, I remember a while back, you know, I love Nene. I always have to bring it back to Nene. She said there's a side of Cynthia that people did not see that's very selfish, very calculated. And now we're seeing this side. To my boy Richie's point, the father was at the first wedding. But what happened was Cynthia, always thirsty for a storyline, took her mom to a Kenya shoot about a PSA. Her mom didn't get what was going on. And now she put word out on the street about what happened behind closed doors in their house, which is where all the drama started in the first place. Side note, she should leave Kenya alone. Anything that Kenya touches ruins her, anything. So I just feel, to Richie's point, he was at the first wedding. That drama came off because of Cynthia. And this is not a good look for Cynthia this season. That's all I have to say.
Right. Good points, Monique. Amir, sound off.
I agree with, everyone. And I think what Richie said is really key. He was at the first wedding, but I think now the cat is out of the bag. And I think the mom's embarrassed. She wants to really take a stand. And I think, again, it's really the way Cynthia handled it, I thought was really tacky, because she was like, you should have known. It's like, she's not a reality star. You are. Your mom doesn't know what's going down. Just because her mom didn't realize that people were going to come for her on Twitter. I'm sure she got a lot of messages, good and bad. The mom's not prepared. So don't be kind of flippant. She was like, well, that's how reality works. I'm like, you're being flippant. So that kind of bothers me.
Yeah. My take on it, though, is, to Richie's point, you were asking what happened between the first wedding and now currently is that PSA. It caused major drama after, it was aired. And maybe her mother didn't know it was going to be on TV, to that extent. And then watching herself recount those things was emotional, I'm pretty sure, and it was like, damn, I really hate that man. It reminded her that she hated him again, It opened up some wounds that probably were a little bit healed. My thing is this, the issue I have is Mike Hill just glossing over the abuse and saying, so what? It's your wedding. So really? If my daddy, like Richie said, was beating on my mama, he wouldn't be nowhere around us, because that's pain. Those are wounds that I wouldn't want to put my mother through. And for Mike so flippantly to say, so what? It's your wedding. You do what you want to do. I was just really turned off by that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Because it sounds to me like her mom's been doing it on her own all this time. And I have to say, I understand how you get to a certain age and you reconnect with your father who has been absent. But it makes me feel a little, I'm kind of torn, because I feel bad for the moms who had to hold everything down all those years. Then the dad comes in after they've done everything and it's all like, oh, yay, dad, which is great. They reconnect. But it definitely has to feel some kind of way, I would assume, for a mom after doing all that hard work all those years.
Absolutely. Yep. And I thought it was so selfish of Cynthia. She's acting like a 5-year-old over this COVID wedding. I mean, you've been married. You've been married before. We're in a pandemic, and it's like she is just tunnel vision. I have to have the wedding. And it's in her mind, it's the fairy tale. Dad's gonna walk me down the aisle. It's like, girl, step out of your bubble for a minute and just, really just.
She's a child. She's a child, Monica. You said, and even her constantly bringing up the license thing with Mallory and her mom. It's like, let it go. They were trying to protect you, and they were right. That's the funny thing. It didn't end well for you.
I don't mean to be critical of of her wedding because I'm trying to live in this judgment-free space with regards to what people do in the pandemic. But it just really hit me that the mom is diabetic.
Oh, she is?
And then you're going to be putting her in this space with 200 and some other people. Wow. And it just made me, it just literally just hit me like,
risk. That's bad. Wow. That's really bad.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I was supposed to get married in June. I couldn't do it because I was like, I don't want I would love for my parents to be there. I don't know what I'm going to do now, but I would have loved for my parents to have been there. But that was the reason why we called it off.
Mm-hmm. Smart, considerate, yeah.
And because I wasn't available for your flower girl, that's why. I get it.
That's so funny. Listen,
that was a grown man decision, Richie. That was a grown man decision. We're in the middle of a damn pandemic. Mm-hmm. Why are you what are you thinking? Like, really? Come on. That was a grown man decision that you made.
Mm-hmm. Right. She thinks of herself only. And it brought me back to the friendship with Nene. And I hate to bring Nene in this because she's my girl Nene. But, it just lends itself to me to how Cynthia thinks and how selfish she could be.
Yes.
Right.
It really did.
A lot of crap for Cynthia because Cynthia came off so sweet and nice. And now we seeing what Nene said.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And she's damn jealous. Like, we're not at a sleepover. She's like, oh, you can't have friends. And why are you coming with LaToya? It's like, just let grown people you guys are in your 40s and 50s. Like, what is happening?
Come on.
This show is TV. It gets to their heads, All right, y'all. So over at Drew and Ralph's house, they're dealing with.
I forgot about Drew.
I did too. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I forgot about.
Who is
she? We're so shady.
It's hard.
Thank you for the reminder, Monica.
You're welcome. You faces, but that's who she is right there. If y'all didn't. Okay, so over at Drew and Ralph's house, they're dealing with the process of grief after the death of Ralph's dad. They're getting along now and learning to live and love each other. They release balloons in the backyard. Aw, how sweet. Y'all want to sound off on that?
Yes, it is. Monique, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Monique.
Okay. Can I just say, there has to come a time limit of how long your mom stays at your house. They are kind of bonding, and they're going outside to the balloons. And the mom's like, oh, can I come? Girl, can they have a moment to themselves? Like, sit your ass down somewhere. Damn. That's all I had to say was on my heart.
I agree. The mom's like this, like she's off camera and she's like, can I? It's like, girl.
Mama is.
And then crying, I think the mom adds some spice to their little family. She does. I mean, I'm Southern, so I respect my animals. But I think they're a cute little family. It's probably lots to come with them if we give them some time. They just need a little time.
My reaction to that whole scene was just, that's so sweet. But I still want to know where Ralph was for 3 days in Tampa. That's what I want to know.
Okay.
How we just
he needed a break. He said he needed a break.
We all know where he was.
3 whole days.
What is her name? What is her name?
Ooh. And
or maybe her name is Tampa.
Oh,
maybe. Good point. Good. Amir, you are so slick with that. That was good. All right, y'all. So over at Kandi's house, she's planning her grocery giveaway and talking about back child support owed by Riley's dad, Block. Thank you for laughing. Whoever laughed, thank you. Okay, please. So Kandi wants to take Block to court, And I find it interesting that she's using Eva Marcel's husband, Michael Sterling, as the lawyer. It's like, y'all gonna find your way back on that show.
Put in the family, honey.
Okay. According to Kandi, Block made millions of dollars at one point. You know, he was a music producer. That's how they met and hooked up. He was married at the time. He's way behind to the tune of $92K, and Kandi wants her money. She wants to set up a trust fund for Riley. And what I found interesting is the staff, her glam squad, the lady was like, girl, Riley's 18. Leave that man alone. Buffy, sound off. What do you
no, you need to pay. I hate when people stay saying somebody got some money that they don't owe them the money they owe them because we got money. Pay me my coins, okay? I hate that mess. And that's coming from some personal pain of my own. Just you don't owe me to pay me my coins back, okay? So I could feel Kandi on that. When she was looking at that girl like, do you want that wire set for this makeup?
Right. Buffy, that part.
Honey, she was looking like she was about to pop off. Like, you get me heated over this. He owes it, period. I took care of this child. He was never around. I don't care if it's 18 years later. Pay me my coins with interest and penalties.
I know that's right.
Buffy said every single syllable. She said penalties. Okay.
I hate when people don't want to pay.
Right.
Richie, what are your thoughts?
That's how the rich stay rich,
like,
right, Buffy?
Goddamn right.
You know, Kandi was like, you work for me. You work for me. Okay.
Just to that lady is related to Kandi. That's why she was talking to her like that.
Oh, that she's related.
I always give the damn family that forget their role. When you an employee, you're in family right now. Because I bet it ain't no family when it's time to send that payment.
Okay, this is all I gotta say about that situation. And actually, truth be told, I think she said Riley wanted that money. And I don't blame Riley. Give me every bit of the $100,000 that I owe. I'm a freshman in college, and I don't know what I'm about to do with this. Okay.
Right. I know I'm gonna give me an apartment this year when I'm allowed to. I know that.
Yes, she does. And she needs more. Yeah. She's doing it. Riley, you do you, boo. You do you. Right. She cried, honey. We saw her cry over her daddy, and she deserves every penny for that. So please, pay up.
Mo, what are your thoughts? Do you think that Kandi's just being ridiculous and bringing this stuff up now, 18 years later, harassing this man and his family? What are your thoughts?
I don't care if Riley is 50. He owes the money, okay? Kandi does not have the baby by herself. I don't give a crap how much money Kandi makes. Why does he think he should not pay his part? He better be happy that Kandi didn't put his ass in jail for paying that child support. So he better pay up. And that cousin of hers needs to sit down. That needs to be the last time we see her doing any type of makeup.
And then we're gonna call her saying some broke woman action. You broke now? Oh, you gonna put my coins are actually
right. Why should Kandi be penalized for being smart with her money? Come on.
That was a triggered scene for me, y'all.
You was triggered, huh, Buffy? Money. I don't blame you. I respect money too. Amir, what are your thoughts?
Listen, as someone who is very ridiculous with money, I mean, I will buy a chia pet off the street. I don't really know how to budget, but I respect that Kandi has, she works hard. She saves her money. She's smart with her investments. Like, she deserves every dollar. Even if you owed her $50, just because you're driving a Bentley doesn't mean you need more money. Like, it does. I think there's this idea with rich people that, like, because you're rich, you're willing to burn your money. That's not how it works.
Nope.
It's not how it works.
Right.
I wouldn't know, but I've heard.
Here's my take on it. Yeah, like the money standpoint. Just because someone's rich or they're wealthy doesn't mean they need their money. Or, you shouldn't go out and get them extravagant gifts because you have less money than them. To me, that doesn't matter. People are people. They want their money. They want nice gifts. They want to be loved. Rich people are people too. So I get it from that aspect. And I understand Block wasn't there for a long time because of the complicated love triangle. He was married.
What was the love triangle?
Yeah, she slipped that in, didn't she, Monique?
Well, he was married. He was a music producer. Him and Kandi used to make music in the studio. They worked together on various projects. And he was married, and she knew that. And, you know, she hooked up with him anyway. She got pregnant. I remember when she got pregnant, she called his wife and said, I'm pregnant. And she was like, well, what do you want me to do with that, about that? You know, I guess she thought maybe Block's wife was going to leave him, but they didn't break up. They stayed together. So when you enter into a complicated situation like that, you lay with a married man, you have to take all the consequences that come with that. And if you get pregnant and this man's not around, you can't be like, you know, you wasn't a daddy. He got a wife, he got kids, and you knew that. But nevertheless, regardless, he still laid with her. He had a baby, and it's his responsibility to take care of Riley, not just financially, but emotionally. Be a father, be present. I get it. But come on, Kandi, stop using Block for a storyline. That's what gets me. She knows she don't care about that money. She knows when the cameras will stop rolling. Can we go look up a case number for this right now? No, it don't exist because there's no follow through. Next season, when she needs another storyline and she has nothing, it might be a case number, but one doesn't exist now. That's my thing. Just stop using this man for a storyline. You know, it's just, ooh.
Can I say?
I hear you.
May I say something? He didn't pay. She is getting paid by using his ass as a story.
Yeah, I guess so. That is one way to look at it. Yeah, Buffy, you're so smart.
You know, he seems like one of them trifling men that, remember when he made a few appearances like 2 seasons ago? He'll probably be like, that can be deducted out the $92K for my appearance.
Yeah.
He seems trifling like that.
No, because he got paid for that.
Oh, he did get paid for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he did a little Jamal Bryant. You know, I'll come on and pretend to be your man, and you know, we want something out. You don't take me to court for the child support. You know, just listen, baby mama, baby daddy, work it out. Y'all gonna work it out somehow. You know,
My heart.
Wait, on that note, Monica, did y'all see Bravo chat room?
No.
Did you guys watch Bravo?
I did.
I do.
Porsha shaded Giselle, honey. She said, you are not Carrie Bradshaw because you don't have good style. And that really sent
Yes, Queen Porsha. Better. Hallelujah.
You know what? I hope Giselle received that in Jesus' name. She needs help. She do, y'all. She needs help. She's not taking. It was really refreshing that Wendy, Candace, and Robin, you know, her friend said they backed up what Karen said. She has no style. I hope she received it.
Not
a stylist. I hope.
No.
You don't think so? No. Mm-mm. All right, y'all. So up next is Porsha and Cynthia meet for drinks. You know, they engage in some small talk about Cynthia's engagement party. Cynthia cuts to the chase and tells Porsha that Mike wants to invite Dennis to their wedding. Porsha explains that she's still not over Dennis cheating. And, you know, now that she's gained 20 pounds, she feels insecure. She explains that in quarantine, Dennis irked her last nerve over everything. They fought a lot. Porsha tells Cynthia, no. But we all know, fast forward to the wedding, that Dennis did go. And they had a good time. They were dancing it up. And I guess they're in a better place. Buffy, what are your thoughts on that scene?
Why is Cynthia on the show?
Right.
I'm just asking a question. I'm lost. I'm lost. Porsha, the 20 pounds look good on you, girl. If anybody back on some 20 pounds, you go in the right place. So you right. And again, I may have fast forwarded that scene. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Why is, I mean, that should be like the running theme. Why is Cynthia on this show?
Oh my God.
Richie, sound off. What are your thoughts on that scene? Yeah.
She just took it out of me. I think the thing about this wedding planning stuff is that we already know what happened. We know the punchline. We have seen the wedding play out in real time. So to me, this whole thing lacks the element of surprise in any sense of the imagination. So to me, every time they talk about it, I'm just kind of like, are we still talking about this? We already saw it. We know what happened. They would have done so much better if they had some type of very intimate ceremony with just the two families, and that's it. Let people be surprised about what happened. But now the wedding is all over social media, so we already know. So it's kind of like, why are we talking about this?
Right. Exactly. Monique, your thoughts on that scene?
So a few things. Okay. I agree with you, Richie, 1,000%. But in terms of how the invite works, in my opinion, if you met my ex-boyfriend through me, I could see if Michael knew him, or Mike, I'm sorry, not Michael, Mike knew him for years and years and years. You met him through me. You know that we have broken up. I don't want to see him at the wedding. But in their defense, I never know what's going on with Porsha and Dennis. Like, are they together now? Are they not? I mean, but the scene itself was boring. And honestly, the whole season so far, I'm only watching it to talk to y'all about it. It is a snooze fest.
I know.
Yes.
Ditto.
Something is going. Andy's over it, and we over it too. Yeah. Yeah. He's over all these housewives. And when we saw it at the reunion, RHOP, and the audience, I mean, it's from the casting. What is going on? This used to be my favorite show. What is going on?
Mine too.
It's sad. It's like seeing a wealthy person fall from grace and go into bankruptcy or something. It's sad.
It is sad.
It's really sad. Buffy, you like that? You like that reference? Huh?
No, what I want to know is it wealthy bankruptcy or like real person bankruptcy?
Chapter 7 bankruptcy, everything. They take it everything. And in chapter 13,
there's some differences with that.
I love
in chapter 13, the chapter 7. You know, or a lottery winner who wins like 600 million and then they lose it all. It's just
okay. That kind.
Oh, I don't know. Amir, your thoughts on that boring scene? I mean, it was just a filler. Obviously, they got nothing.
I mean, that waitress was more interesting than they were.
Exactly.
She kept interrupting them. I thought she was more fun than they were. So I was like, can she sit down? Why don't we have her sit down? But you know what? That scene, I kind of are they actually friends or not? Like, I felt like Cynthia and Porsha, it felt so awkward. Their interaction, it felt very like something about it felt not genuine or something. I don't know. I felt like they were trying to connect. Yeah, what was going on?
Buffy, did you say auntie?
Yeah, it felt like, oh, we don't really, we're not friends, but it's the season's here and we have to do a scene. It was very like,
I mean, they're not contemporaries. She's older than her, and that's not ageism. It's just a fact. So it's gonna be weird. They should have thrown one of them new gloves in.
It's so funny. I don't know this show. Do you think they have another season out of this show? Or what's missing?
Sorry.
What's missing? Is it Nene that's missing? What's missing?
Nene, Porsha, Deshaun Snow Foundation. And Lisa Wu.
Lisa Wu, 100%.
I like Lisa Wu. And where are the gays? Like, where are the gays? We had those great gay guys.
Right. They passed Housewives.
So they need to get rid of Kenya. Kenya plays too freaking dirty.
Yeah. And you know what? It's too much. Too negative. It's too petty. Manless.
And then someone sits down, she's like, "You're disgusting." Come on.
Yeah, like
it's too much. It's too much. All right, y'all. Let's check on our folks. We got a lot of people on this live, y'all.
Roll call, we got a mirror in the building. DJ Richie, Monique, Buffy, and Monica.
It's the roll call, it's the roll call.
Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you gotta say. Who's on live with Amir, DJ Richie, Monique, Buffie, and Monica today? It's the roll call, it's the roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you gotta say. Who's on live with Amir, DJ.
All right, y'all. We got Val. Hey, Val, I see you. CC Freak, what up? Alexandra, P, Sherry, Stephanie, Darren Hood, Cool Cat, Shar, Miss Hollywood. Hey, girl. B, OU, Cool Cat, Jamal. Hey, Jamal, and all the mods on the chat. Spoiled Girl, Harper, Schoolboy, Impress, Carol, Sherry. Know your own work. Hey, sweetheart, how are you? I love your DM. She's so sweet. Cutie Pie, Pretty Mars, D Stewie, The Camille, Mountain Kitty, everyone that's joining us today. Thank you so much for rocking with us this afternoon. And we appreciate it. All right, y'all. So Noelle has taken the Brielle Bierman fast track to success.
Yep.
She is on the, executive plan, I guess, to, social media stardom, influencer stardom. Okay. She dropped out of college. She's living in LA in an expensive apartment and pimping products on social media. Kudos to you. And her mother could not be proud. So that's great. It's the day of Kandi's grocery giveaway, and Porsha and Tanya are chit-chatting about Dennis coming to Cynthia's wedding. And Kenya busts into the convo, and she says, "Can we talk and not work?" Oh, like, girl, huh? Excuse me?
Calm down.
I'm sorry. I would have been. I'm sorry. That part I didn't mind. I would have been like, y'all can't be talking, walking, talking, chewing at the same time. People are hungry, and y'all talking about Dennis behind.
I know, right? Good point. Good point.
I didn't mind that part. y'all throwing up the
So the ladies ignore her and they're like, whatever, and they still continue to talk anyway. Like, girl, bye. Like, everybody stop for a minute and is like, please give me a break. Then in the talking head confessional, Kenya says, how about no one cares, right? If he comes or not. It was like, dang, girl, you real pressed over Porsha and Dennis in this wedding.
Oh,
yeah.
Is Mark coming?
Like, hello? Of course not.
Well, your man.
Oh God!
Where's Walter? I mean, of course.
Where's Walter? Where did Walter go?
Married and happy and got kids.
Oh, he's married now?
Oh yeah.
Go for him.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Waldo?
Pretty much. Mm-hmm. So Kenya hates to be ignored. So that prompted her to get a little camera time and give Porsha the business and her unsolicited opinion of Porsha's relationship. She says, yeah, but Porsha, you and Dennis go back so much. It's hard to take you guys seriously. I think if you guys are in a good place, then why not? Porsha responds, well, we're not in a good place. That's why I'm talking about it. And Kenya says, no, you're just afraid because you said something about a wedding. And, oh, my God, you be so weak sipping on that Hennessy. And I'm busted wide open. And this girl just wants something to talk about. You're going to have to be able to control yourself. You can't expect Cynthia to. Porsha then says in a talking head, please dismiss yourself. Let's sound off. Buffy, what were your thoughts on that little scene right there?
Child. Kenya. Now, girl, don't be talking about nobody relationship when you back and forth with Mark every other day, every other hour too. Like, it's the pot calling the kettle. And I feel like right. I feel like Porsha was being very diplomatic because I might have clicked. Like, girl, be quiet. You ain't the one to give me relationship advice. Period.
That part.
Yeah, she was trying to get some time on the screen. That was bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she couldn't take the fact that the camera wasn't on her.
On Porsha, right? It was on Porsha,
and on Porsha too. If it was Kandi, maybe she would just leave it alone. But it was Porsha. Richie, what are your thoughts on that little scene right there?
Well, I mean, I felt like Kenya was right. I mean, we don't know what's going on with Dennis and Porsha, and it's hard to take them seriously. I felt like she was right about that. However, I would never want to take relationship advice from someone who's not in a successful relationship. Correct. So she should just shut up. Correct. Anytime somebody talk about a man, she should just be quiet, because the moment she opens her mouth to do so, all they have to ask is this one simple question: is Mark coming?
Girl.
I'm gonna get some masks made that says, "Is Mark coming?" Monique, what are your thoughts?
So a few things. Watching this, Kenya and Giselle are the same person. They're miserable people, hurt people. And for all you single ladies out there and married people and just women in general in a relationship or not, be careful who you take advice from. That's number one, okay? Number two, I'm tired of Kenya minimizing the beautiful work that Porsha is doing with Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
She's coming for a camera op, a photo op. No, that's you, Kenya. Porsha's heart is real when it comes to that. And I'm tired of her minimizing it and making it seem like it's just a storyline. And let's say, worst case scenario, it is a storyline. That's the kind of storyline that you bring to the show. So I'll just say that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Monique. Amir, your thoughts?
I think Kenya's saving grace this season is her Black Panther confessional look. Otherwise, I'm out. That's it. Like, I just can't with her. I mean, her body yada is on point. I like her and LaToya, but I just think that she's trying so hard to be shady. And then we saw the previews. They go on the private plane together. It's just another example of Kenya treating Cynthia like second fiddle. Like, why are you putting up with that? And then crying and pretending she loves her. I love you, Cynthia. It's like,
no, of course not. And Cynthia knows it. You know, Cynthia and Noelle did a special like 2 Sundays ago. And when his name came up, you could see in Noelle's face, she wasn't feeling Kenya. She wasn't. But when they talked about Nene, her eyes got big and she was really positive and was like, you could tell she loves and respects Nene, but not Kenya. They all know Kenya's fake. My thoughts on that scene, Kenya Moore is miserable, manless, and has learned nothing from that ass whooping that Porsha gave her. And I don't believe in violence, but you know what? Listen, leave Porsha alone.
Her $5,000 check.
Monica, they never learn.
They don't learn. And kudos to Porsha and Marlo for their $5,000 check. Let's not leave that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. It was Porsha and Marlo that donated, and you know,
Andrew. That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Kandi was trying to be a little shady, you know.
But you call people out, honey.
Yes. Yeah.
All this money y'all making from this show, you could have donated for the food for the people. Okay, talking about somebody want a darn photo op. It's a photo op with a check, so that's good. Okay,
and listen,
isn't that a tax write-off?
And listen to that. Yeah, the moment she saw Marlo giving that check over, I would have been in my phone like, Kandi, what's your cash app?
Kandi.
That part.
Yeah,
exactly. That part.
Right.
She should have done it before that. You done got the friends out giving money, honey, before you. That's not a good look. And then you shading Porsha with her activism. You shading Porsha with her activism, and you ain't opened their checkbook, honey.
That part.
Yeah. There cannot be a mission without a margin, honey. Okay? You need the money.
Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. It's like that. Yes, Buffie. Ooh.
You need to put that on a shirt, Buffie.
Yes. We need the money. Give us the coin so we can do these things.
That's so true.
You know what?
Kenya's like that person when you're at dinner and you're trying to split the check and they're silent.
Oh, yes. Or one of those people that don't tip. You go out with them and they don't. I mean, I don't listen. I'm a big stickler for charity and tipping. I love to give, and I love to give from the heart. And to me, that should be something that comes from the heart. These are people I know. Everybody else has their. Cynthia she's in a bubble. All she can focus on is that wedding. Kenya's always in her own bubble. All she can focus on is her. But it's important to take yourself out those bubbles and give back and help people. It's very, very important. So that was disgusting to me. It was a turnoff. Like, really? Yeah. And they sat there like it was no big. I mean, I would be embarrassed, wouldn't you, Richie? I'd be embarrassed. Yeah,
hella embarrassed. That's why I said I would ask for her cash out right then and there, $10,000.
If you were struggling with your coins and you wanted to front, you could have done Venmo, because I think Venmo has a max of what you could give at a time. So she could have done Venmo. I'm like, oh God, I'm trying to give you 5,000. It'll only let me give you this much.
That might be it too. They might be struggling. You never know with people. You never know. Listen. If you can default on your taxes to the point of getting a lien, it raises an eyebrow for me. I don't get that. I don't understand how people with money have tax liens. Buffy, you're the tax expert. Sound off on that.
Look,
what you mean? People with money have tax liens? They don't be want to pay the government. Folks with money don't want to pay nobody. They like to keep their coins.
That's crazy to me. That's to the point of getting a lien.
I mean, they don't want to pay. But you know, if you want a reality TV show and you know they're gonna look into you, pay your taxes. Pay them anyway. Right. Get a payment plan. Right. Ain't nothing wrong with a good old payment plan. Get you a payment plan. Keep it popping.
So Porsha was disgusted with Kenya's behavior, and after the episode aired, she reposted this fan's comment. Okay. And it says the level of hate, vile, and just plain jealousy that Kenya Snore displays towards Porsha is just embarrassing to watch. Perhaps if she had any real level of decency, she might have better luck in life. Hashtag misery loves company. And Porsche reposted it and she said, I mean, dang. Anyway, thank y'all for watching.
Pamper by Porsha. Yes, put an advertisement in it, Porsha. I'm here for it. Woman. Yes, Porsha, honey.
That's right. Her Pamper by Porsha, her sheet company. But I like this hashtag at the end. She said, nobody puts baby in a corner. I know that's right.
Oh, right.
Boom.
Yeah.
And you guys can substitute Kenya for Giselle and Porsha for Monique, and that would still be applicable for both shows. Just a side note.
That's true. Good point.
They're haters.
Yeah. And I think Kenya is upset, obviously, about Porsha's glow up, but Porsha really has grown and evolved, and so that gives that lends to natural storylines, like, you know what I mean, like there's evolution and when you are the same way, evil, fighting people, starting mess, can't keep a man, whatever, people like it's the same old, like with Cynthia, it's the same. You get married again, ain't nobody care. Like, we want to see something fresh and new.
Good point, Buffy. Good point.
Very she give us the new, and she cute, and you keep it together, and her family's interesting. Like, I mean, quit being mad.
And she's always happy in a breath of fresh air whenever she shows up in any scene. It just it's lighter.
It's true. It's true.
People all that gloom and doom out of their time, clearly.
I don't know. Kenya just seems so sad. I mean, it's not even angry. Everything that happens, if she doesn't like you, she has to go a talking head. Like, why is it that this conversation about Dennis bothers you so much that you had to go do a talking head about it? Porsha, we don't care. Who cares if Dennis comes? I'm just not like that, So I don't know. I can't relate to that kind of person, and it's just so negative.
What else she gonna talk about? She ain't got nothing else going.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to say when it comes to Kenya? What are the three words?
Where's Mark? Is Mark Daly coming?
Mark coming?
Hey, of course not. Oh my goodness. We need Mark coming. They listen to this show. That's how Miss Edges got her 4 degrees contract. So with degree deodorant. So they listen. All right, y'all. Moving on to Cynthia Bailey and her family drama.
That's the thing. Look amazing.
Yeah,
it's so regal.
She was killing that look.
I love her. I love her. But Mallory looked like she's gonna belly dance or something.
Beautiful.
She did, Amir.
True. Gorgeous though.
Gorgeous.
Oh my God, she really did.
So Cynthia picks up Noelle and they head over to Cynthia's mother's house, Barbara Bailey. Cynthia's sister Mal is there and they sit down for a deep convo about Cynthia's dad attending the wedding. Cynthia's dad is not active in her life, but she wants him to walk her down the aisle. Miss Barbara, however, explains that dad was abusive and, she doesn't want to see him. She doesn't want him there. Noelle, Cynthia's like, I don't know, Mom. And then Noelle chimes in and she says that she doesn't think her grandfather should be invited because, he hasn't been around. He hasn't been present. But who has been present is grandma. And grandma's the backbone of the family. And we need to respect grandma. I'm like, damn, Cynthia, your daughter's even smarter than you. Ooh. Buffy, sound off.
Noelle shut that down. Noelle's wise beyond her age, her years. Yes, she shut that down, and I was here for it. I was like, "No, girl, your daughter is like more wise than you. You're so selfish." And basically, that's what Noelle was saying. You being selfish, grandma does for everybody, always and always has. And when she said, I could think of I seen my grandpa once, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen my grandma because she's always around. I was like, and seen. That's it.
It's just sad though that this out of the mouth of babes. Don't you? That's why that is further proof of the bubble Cynthia's living in. It's just sad. Richie, your thoughts on that scene?
I had a lot of thoughts about the scene. I thought it was probably the best scene of the episode, but Cynthia thought that Noelle was going to have her back. Little did she know she had grandma's back. Okay. I was shocked by that. I didn't expect, we saw it in the preview, but I didn't expect her to kind of really put her foot down like that, so much to the point where Cynthia really didn't have anything to say. And initially my thought was, Cynthia, this is your wedding. It's not Noelle's. It is not your mother's. You make the final decision. However, Noelle made some very good points. Very good points. And you couldn't overlook it.
Nope. Well said. Very true. Monique, your thoughts, because you're a relationship expert. Over a COVID wedding. What are your thoughts?
Well, I know you get tired of me texting you about this wedding, Monica, because it was a super spreader event. I don't care what you say. Somebody caught COVID at that wedding. One, I'm tired of people just wearing the face shield with no mask. That's not protection. Two, number three, why doesn't she consider having her mother walk her down the aisle? And if she's so thirsty to have her dad there, just have him somewhere in the audience so it's not throwing it in her mom's face and her dad's still there. Number four, love Noelle, but she's really full of herself. God dog, Noelle, you're beautiful. I'm proud of you, but we're going to need you to take it down. But I think I was the same way at that age. Thank God we didn't have social media. And last but not least, you have to be respectful of your mom. To Amir's point earlier, she was so dismissive about her mom. I believe her mom didn't understand what a PSA was and exactly what she was going to. And that was jacked up. She should have given her a heads up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Listen, I understand like elderly people, not to say Miss Barbara is elderly, but I have family members that are older and they don't understand a lot of things that go on sometimes. Yes, you see a camera, but you never know. When you're a domestic abuse survivor, you can develop holes in your head. Your cognitive abilities are not that well. You're present, but you're not really present. You're just kind of coasting by in life. I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying that, a lot of times you just don't know what's going on. You're like, You just don't know.
Or you block it out because it's traumatizing, you know? And I think it's like, I felt like Cynthia sometimes goes from this like, let's move on and be positive standpoint, which is good. But I think there's something also called toxic positivity, which I think Cynthia exhibits a lot, where it's like, let's get past it. We love each other. It's my wedding day. It's about me. And then Mike kind of enables her. So I think that we need to stop the toxic positivity and just go hug your mom. And I think what I would have done is I would have been like, Mom, let's go have a side conversation away from Mallory and Noelle and have a one-on-one. And let me really hear your heart instead of saying, well, you knew what it was. You knew what the PSA was. So stop complaining. It was, you know, and I feel like Cynthia cared more about the pork chops than her mom. And that bummed me out. That just kind of bummed me out.
I want to say that I feel like
I do need to run. I love you guys. Bye.
Okay,
I feel like the mom had to know that the conversation about the abuse was going to be filmed. That had to be apparent based on the setting, right? However, I think it's Cynthia's job to think 12 steps ahead for her mom, given that she's been on reality television before.
Yes.
My only season on a show, they wanted me to have a conversation with my mother about being gay. I knew, no, I'm not going to do that to my mom simply because she has to have her own reactions. Yeah. And I don't want that to be televised because she's not going to know what the implication is for her. I have to think about that. I have to think 10 steps ahead. So I need to know. So we really have to blame Cynthia for that. And while I don't feel like her mom was tricked, Cynthia should have thought my mom could get some backlash for this.
Yeah. Right.
That's such a good point, Richie.
Absolutely. Good point. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I felt bad for the mom. And I do believe her when she said she didn't understand the full context of it. And yes, there are cameras there, but if that's not your full-time job, if that's not your full-time job, you're not thinking, oh, I'm being filmed, this is gonna be on TV. Cynthia is, because you do this 24/7. You understand those dynamics. You think like that. Her mother's not thinking. I felt really bad for the mom. Like I said, I have elderly relatives, and I'm the one in the family that's like the matriarch, you could say, because I hold everything together. I talk to everyone. Every time that elderly people call me, I answer the phones. I know they want to talk, because when they're not here, I can't talk to them. I'm the one that makes everybody make up and make everyone love each other and pump love into the family. So I get it. And I understand sometimes they'll call me over and over and be like, I'm sorry, dear. That's your number. And it's frustrating, but you just got to be like, it's okay. You can call me anytime, Auntie Jean. You can call me anytime you want. I love you. But she called me like 6 or 7 or 8 times, but it's fine. It's all good. My point is sometimes elderly people get confused. They're not thinking in that mind. And also, too, Miss Barbara was upset. Again, from what she said, she just didn't want to participate in it. And I have a feeling it caused a lot of backlash with the father.
Right, yep. I think you're absolutely right.
Because people don't like that kind of stuff. That's, painful to talk about, and like, there was no way for her to in any way know how far-reaching those implications would be later, once that's on a show that gets the ratings that this show gets, and all these people with these other opinions about it, because there are people who would judge her for talking about it. And I just, you can suffer post-traumatic stress from domestic violence, even if it's 30 years later, and being around him is probably triggering for her. And so Cynthia's just being a brat, and just this wasn't a good look.
Well, Cynthia's point, and all your points, even if Cynthia was still communicating with her father, she should have thought ahead about bringing her mom to this, knowing that she was going to talk about her father, who she's still in communication with, and what went down. She should have thought that through.
Did Bravo air this wedding? Because I don't know, y'all. Did they?
Did they air the wedding? Yeah.
The first one?
No, it wasn't. It was
this one. Is it going to be? No. Because it was
right. It's a lot. Can you imagine because you have to take out extra insurance just for that wedding?
Yeah.
And can you imagine how Bravo probably said it's too expensive to cover 250 people at a wedding during a pandemic? Because any of the crew gets sick, any of the participants there get sick, Bravo's gonna get sued. They're not gonna sue. They might sue Cynthia, but it's Bravo because they have the deep pockets, and that's who they're gonna go after. Come on now.
But isn't it true? Did I hear correctly that I love Cynthia, but this wedding has really turned me off. Thirsty Cynthia, didn't they hire their own camera crew? Did I hear that? Or did I hear that?
Yes. Yeah, she had people there filming, I guess, to give, Bravo some pieces of footage of the wedding. So we might see little pieces of footage, but they didn't film it.
Okay.
They definitely didn't film it.
So Richie's point was the best in that they should have had the small intimate wedding because Bravo would have then paid for it and covered it. And then if it really was about healing the family moment, they would have given her more of a storyline with that between her mother and her father. But when there's 400 people there and we ain't even gonna see daddy and mama, but mixed up with all the folks and all the craziness, no, she didn't think that through.
That would have been fly, like a small intimate wedding, just a small group of people. That would have been so fly. And then next season they would have had the big celebration that she wanted when it was safe. That would have been real nice.
Right. And maybe dad could have come and got on his knees and apologized to mom. Child, you ain't think that through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also too, having the elderly people there, your mom, even if the dad was going to come, and older relatives. I mean, that was just, to me, very, very selfish. I
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, y'all, let's take some calls. CC Freak said he has some stuff to say about Kenya. Hey, CC Freak.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
How's it going? This is my thing on Kenya. It's like, when you look at everybody else's story, outside of when they film with each other, they actually have family members that they can have scenes with. Whereas Kenya seems like she's burned bridges with all her family members. Like, we don't even have, I called her Auntie Cisco, but the lady with the blonde hair, we don't see her no more. We don't see Brandon. I mean, we only see like what, her nanny aunt, cousin, friend, or whatever, and we barely see her. And I feel like since she's in a okay place with everyone, she's bringing up old beef with Porsha for no reason. And Porsha is like, granted, yeah, Porsha did give her a little bit of the business at the reunion. She was drunk, blah, 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 whatever. But she left that at the reunion. And I love the fact that she continues to pay her dust like every chance she gets. So it makes Kenya looks like the villain while she continues to grow. And Kenya can't take that. And I'm just like, anything she says, she gets aggravated with. Like, you don't give that same energy to LaToya and all this other stuff. So I'm just like, can you stop with the reaching for the storyline? You don't even have, Mark didn't even sign a release form to be on this season. So you don't have that story going on anymore. So you're just running out of all kind of mess. That's just kind of where I'm at when it comes to Kenya. I'm just like, girl, find something else.
Yeah. You made a good point about Porsha elevating, going from the Underground Railroad to now leading marches and getting arrested in the name of injustice. And here's Kenya at the same petty place, manless and bad skin. So no, you make a very, very good point. And I agree with you. Thank you, Eric. You have a beautiful day.
Have a good one.
Bye.
You guys, I have to skedaddle. I love you guys so much.
Bye, honey. Love you. Bye.
Love you, bro. Love you, other sis.
Bye. Bye-bye. Hey, Jessica.
Hi.
Oh, you're going to have to sit down, honey, because things are moving. There's a lot of noise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Things are jiggling, keys or something.
Okay, so first I just want to say, I don't understand why Kenya has so much shade towards the new girls. She keeps calling Drew, and what does she call her? Tag along or stray or something like that. But then she got LaToya over here to the side, so what should we call her? And then when Porsha said, why don't we contact Fallon because she has that private plane in order for them to go to Myrtle Beach, she was like, nah, we don't need Fallon in that plane. But then y'all show up next week on a private plane and put them on a bus. So I don't understand. She's throwing so much shade to the new girls. It's like she just wants all this attention because nobody is focusing on her, including Mark. So
yeah. No one. She has Brooklyn, but we don't even see Brooklyn. Did Mark sign the release form to have Brooklyn on the show?
Well, they showed a little bit of snippet of her on that private plane, and now we don't have to see another piece of why she got to bring her baby, and she didn't tell us to bring our baby. That was what the review was for next week.
Okay.
So it better start getting spicy because it is kind of dry.
Yeah, very, very.
Somebody got to get snatched up, I guess. That's the only way we're going to get some
Do
stuff
something.
going on around here, because the rest of it is just like, I just waited to the girl chat to watch it on Bravo.
Right. All right, Jessica, thank you so much for calling in. You have a blessed day. Bye. I'm going to bring Carolina on. Hey, Carolina.
Hey.
Hey, darling. What time is it over there in England?
It's 6 minutes past 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's still early.
Bad.
So I think for me, it's really, really boring anyway. All episodes have been really boring. There's not a lot going on. But I think the problem is that there's no real friendships in the group. So like earlier on, you had like Nene and Marlo being friends and Cynthia in their little group. And then you had like other little pockets of friendships and little pockets of hate as well towards each other. But now there's no real authentic friendship. So Cynthia kind of was with Nene when she was with Peter, then jumped from Nene to what's the name, Kenya. Then she jumped from Kenya to Eva last season, and now Eva's not in it. Cynthia's got a man and she don't business with no one anymore, so she's like, she doesn't really bother with Kenya at all. She's got her boo now, she's got Mike, and she's not interested in the rest of the girls. And then you've got like Nene's left, so Portia's kind of on her own as well, which is why she keeps trying to bring in the girl with the jet and her other friends. So there's no real kind of friendship connections. Everyone's kind of standalone and trying to fight for the spotlight, but there's also no real hate. So like with Kenya and Nene, it was very evident that they really hated each other, and there was a lot of back and forth. But even the little shade between Kenya and Porsha doesn't seem authentic. It seems like it's all for show, and they're throwing jabs out there and trying to get a reaction because they know that the season's boring and the show's pretty much over, and they're trying to keep it on air so they can get the check. But the reality of it is nothing's going on there. It's really, really boring. There's no authenticity in any sector of it. With Cynthia and her mum's situation, I'll speak on that. So like, I was in a domestic violence relationship when I was very young. And when I left that situation and healed from it, it wasn't until years and years later where I booked up on this person again. And at the time, I felt like I'm over it, that if I see them, they're never going to bother me. But when I met them again, it triggered me. So I can relate to Cynthia's mum in a situation where you can go years and years and years without seeing that person and it doesn't really affect your life. But then the wedding that she had with Peter, that might have triggered her in some way. So it might have brought back a lot of painful memories. But so I think Cynthia has to have some kind of level of understanding with her mum. And I don't think that conversation should have taken place on air. I think that's more of a private situation. But aside from the situation of how her mum feels about it, I think that's not even the point. I think the point is, during the conversation when she was talking about her father and inviting him to the wedding originally, when she was talking to Mike, she said herself that her relationship with her father is strained. So for me, put the mum aside. If I was in that situation, put my mum aside, I would be thinking, if I've got a bad relationship with my dad already and we don't really see each other or speak to each other and the relationship's strained, why am I all of a sudden going to be like, oh, I need to speak to him now because I want to invite him to the wedding? If you've not been there before the wedding, I don't want to have my wedding at all. It's that simple. So aside from the mother's situation, she's doing it for a storyline, because why would you now want to be like, oh, I want my dad to be at my wedding? I don't want my dad to be at my wedding if he's not been there all year, if we don't get on anyway. So I think that's the issue that people are missing and focusing more on what the mother's situation's in. Her mum's not telling her what to do. It's her decision. But if you have a bad relationship with that person, you wouldn't want them there in the first place. So yeah,
yeah, very good points, Carolina. Yeah, you know, just like everyone else, Cynthia needs something to talk about, right? If not ready in this wedding, what else would she have?
Well, the thing is, she's going to push the wedding, and she needs to talk about the wedding, because last season all she talked about was trying to get with Mike and being with Mike. But people are forgetting, last season, Mike, I was shady with Mike anyway, because straight away I'm like, oh, so all of his friends are all women.
Yeah.
You're having a conversation with all these women in your house. It's like 10 women, no male friends, talking in front of your daughter about all of your ex-wives and ex-girlfriends that you cheated on and disrespected, and you didn't love any of them, but all of a sudden you found Cynthia is like the saving grace, and she believes that this man's changed and everything. It's just not going to work out well. She might as well have stuck with Peter. At least Peter was sexy. Like, she's just thirsty. She's desperate to make this work. I think she's desperate to make it work because Peter got with someone else, and now she's got to go, you know, I'm upgrading, but it's not an upgrade. It's not an upgrade. Mike is not an upgrade.
All right, honey. Thank you so much for your funny commentary. You know, you crack me up. And you're always so beautiful.
You know,
you're beautiful. Are you going to work tonight?
No, I'm working. I'm back at work tomorrow. I'm back on my day shifts again, so it's fine.
Okay, all right. I guess you won't be able to join us later then. I'm spilling some exclusive tea.
No, I might just catch like the beginning of it, but
I'm shaking right now just thinking about it. Okay, love, we'll catch up, okay? Bye. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap things up today. This was great. You know, we gave it the best we can give it.
They need to let the girl on with the plane. You know why they don't want to let her on? Because she's still the show, honey.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they need.
I tried to get the girls, you know, one of my clients has a plane. I was like, oh, we can fly on his plane. And the younger OBGYN was like, no, don't do that. That's too bougie. And then all of a sudden, everybody flying private. Mm-hmm. They don't want the new girls to shine. That's all that is.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Yeah, I mean, that's what we need. Real money, you know. I mean,
bring talent
to a charity. I mean, that's a problem. And you could tell that Marlo was so proud of herself. Like, I saved up all my pennies.
Marlo.
She was so proud, and I was happy for her. I was happy.
too. That's gross.
It is. And they go keep it shade. Did her sugar daddies pay on time this month? Girl, bye. Did you pay on time this month?
Pay your check.
Is Mark coming?
No,
it's not. Oh my God. I love y'all. Buffy, where can they find you, beautiful lady? Where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Just Being Buffy. We're doing lots of fun stuff. And my new thing for 2021 with Crawl Before You Ball is giving people jobs. So I'm hiring 100 people right now for remote work jobs. So go to my website.
Go to her website. She's hiring
100 people, remote working jobs, giving y'all laptops and everything. Starting $50 an hour.
Richie, where can they find you?
You might find me on her website trying to get DJ Richie Scott, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, allegedly, and YouTube.
Allegedly. You know that's gonna be fire once you get it up and going too.
Listen, I'm struggling. I be watching Buffy and I'm like, ooh.
Why don't you text me stuff? We need to do something together.
I will, because I'm just like,
I got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Buffy is a TikTok and IG queen. I don't know how she do it.
I'll be taking my tape off my brows next week, y'all, when they heal.
Oh, what you get done? That micro
I didn't even see that.
I know, I can't see it.
I couldn't get microblading because I have keloid skin, so it's this new thing called nanoblading, where it doesn't go as thick. But baby, I'm gonna wake up looking flawless every day.
I know that's right. That is right, now. All right, y'all. You can find me here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out on any of this piping hot tea that I serve every day. Subscribe. If you're already subscribed, bang that notification bell, because just like tonight, you know, ooh, child. All right, yeah. I just talking about tonight.
We can't wait for the night.
Okay.
My breath away because it's like. Anyway, tonight I'm going live at 8 p.m. Eastern with Plez, the Bishop, and Schoolboy, and I'm spilling some very, very exclusive tea. It's so exclusive I can't even tell y'all the show until tonight.
We don't even know.
They don't even know. They say, girl, what's the tea?
She won't even tell us. So you know it's fire.
Yeah, it's insane. Teacups, thank y'all for tuning in today. I love you all. Mods, thank you for holding down the chat and keeping the crowd under control. Everyone that sent in a super chat, thank y'all so much. My big sis speaks. I want a job. Love you guys. Hit up Buffie. First of all, subscribe to her YouTube. That's step one.
YouTube. And if you can't find it, you go to my IG and there's a link tree in there and you can just find everything there. But come on through, y'all. We need to hire everybody.
Subscribe to that YouTube, y'all. Subscribe to that YouTube. She's dropping gems over there. I love you guys. I want y'all to stay safe and be blessed. Have a wonderful remainder of the day. See you again, 8:00 p.m. tonight for that tea. Bye. Bye.